Good for you. Good for you. All right. Well, welcome to the Occult Rejects. On this episode, I got a bunch of us together and maybe some more joining us. I don't know. Maybe they're just not showing up. Who knows? But before we get to our guest, we got Danny Hilman joining us tonight. There's somebody I saw at the Cosmic Summit, and I thought put on a great lecture, so I'm extremely excited to have him on. But before we introduce Danny, we'll introduce the other rejects. Before we get going, we got Brooke. What is going on, Brooke, from Dark Florida?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm excited for tonight's conversation. You can find me on Instagram at Dark Florida Podcasts and wherever you get podcasts.
Awesome. I mean, you just came from a convention too yourself, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was good, right? What was it that you went to?
I went to, are you talking about Tennessee or the Bigfoot one?
Yeah, the Bigfoot thing. Yes.
Yes. The Great Florida Bigfoot Conference.
That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah.
And we got Ricardo. What is going on, sir? How are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm doing fine. Thank you. So my tag at X is just as you see in the screen. So it's Ricardo Calvary 1 at X. I would like also to promote the Institute for Natural Philosophy that you can find at institutefornaturalphilosophy.org. You can find there our magazine from myself. I just want to plug in my books, so Stardust or The Resonance Earth. And thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited to listen about Gunung Padang, which this is one of the places that I'm very curious about. So excited.
Oh, thank you. I was glad you were able to make it. I know it was a little late for you. If you would have been in Portugal, it would have been a horrible hour. But since you're over in Canada, it worked out. I was very happy you could join us, sir, because I figured this was
Me too.
And we got Tyrone. What is going on, sir? How are you?
What's up, everybody? Hey, I'm ready for this discussion right here. I met Danny out there at Cosmic Summit. It was a very interesting meeting. I loved every moment that I got to spend with him and learn some things from him. So I'm actually very excited for this conversation. Everything that you can find about me is on my website, rebirthoftheword.com. And I just started filming my documentary today, which will be exclusively only on Rumble. So I created a Rumble account to just have my documentary put on there. So, hey, I appreciate it, Nick. Thanks to everybody else.
Of course. And thank you for joining us. And we got Ethan. What is going on, sir?
Salute and respect to everybody. This is going to be super interesting. Not only am I a participant, but I'm also a fan. We got Ricardo's book and Tyrone's book and my book. So hope everyone considers supporting. And Ethan Indigo Smith on the usual suspects on all the social media. And always an honor to be here with you guys. Thanks, Danny.
Thank you for joining us, Ethan. Always appreciate it when you can make it. And finally, to the guest, Danny Hilman. What is going on, sir? Thank you very much for joining us. And please let everybody know, who you are, what your deal is, where they can find all your amazing research.
Thank you, Nick, for inviting me. Hello, everyone. It's in the morning near Jakarta in Bandung, West Java. I'm working for Indonesian research and innovative institutes in Indonesia. BRIN is Badan Riset dan Inovasi Nasional, and I am also the member of the Indonesian Academy of Science. My major is in geology, earthquake geology. Actually, my majors, I study earthquakes and tsunami for tens of years. But since like 2011, I'm starting the project in archaeogeology or geoarchaeology, and my main subject is Gunung Padang. So the thing is, I'm applying all my geological methods to like scanning the heritage, ancient heritage. So it's called the geoarchaeology or archaeometry or whatever. So it's very exciting because this field is very challenging in Indonesia. I think I will be the first geologist that entered this field, as well as the earthquake. Actually, I developed the earthquake science in Indonesia like since the beginning, and I get used to people saying like rejecting a weird thing because it's like new things, stuff like that. So that's it. So I've been researching Gunung Padang for like 10 years, more than 10 years. I think it's like 14 years.
Oh wow! So this is definitely
yeah.
a passion for you at this point. What was it that got you? I mean, what was it that got you interested? I mean, I can see why it would interest you, but like, what was it that made this like a passion?
Sure. Yeah, I think I first interested in this ancient mystery, lost ancient civilization, where it's issue about the Atlantis. There's a book talking about the Atlantis is in Indonesia. It's by, what's the name? Santos, Aryo Santos, Professor Aryo Santos from Brazil. He think that Atlantis is in Indonesia. It's called the Sunda land in the Ice Age. Sunda land is like a big land connecting the Sumatra Island now with the Java, with the Kalimantan or Borneo, and it's connected to the Asia, Malaysian Peninsula, Laos, Cambodia. So in the Ice Age is a big landmass. So he thought that the description of the Sunda land in the Ice Age just exactly like the description of the Atlantis in the Plato's manuscript. That's what I interested first with the ancient mystery. There are lots of issues, of course, in the Atlantis discussion, controversy, Atlantis in mid-ocean, mid-Atlantic, in Spanish, in whatever. So I read the Plato's manuscript, and I think I found the Plato's manuscript is amazing. It's the Atlantis in the academic science is like they don't believe it. It's a fantasy. But when I read the manuscript, I found it's very serious. It's very interesting, and so that's how I first interested in the ancient mystery, and I starting to search for like ancient heritage in Indonesia. And at that time in 2011, I'm still studying the earthquake. So I studied the active faults in the West Java that's near Gunung Padang. And I have the high resolution topography data on that area. So that's how I found Gunung Padang, because the Gunung Padang landscape, it's like different from the surrounding landscape. The surrounding landscape is an old landscape and a very eroded, like an old volcanic terrain stuff. But Gunung Padang, it's looked different because it's looked young, uneroded stuff. So that's how I first got interested in Gunung Padang, and then I come to this mount, and I found the megalithic sites in the top of the hill. And at that time, was because I'm doing a geological survey, so I got lots, the equipments like ground penetrating radar, the other things. So I'm just trying to found what inside it and just experimenting on it. And what I found is looks very interesting. And, that's how I first studied Gunung Padang. Pretty much. So it's by, because I studied that area for the earthquake.
And Danny, from my perception, Gunung Padang is built on top of a fault line, right? Exactly over a fault line.
No. The fault line, the major fault line is like a few kilometers to the north of Gunung Padang, not exactly on the fault line now.
Okay, but there are lava tubes beneath it?
I'm sorry?
There are lava tubes beneath it or not?
Lava tube, no.
It's not related to Toba in any way?
Oh, Toba is very far away.
Yeah, I know. But the caldera moves. That's why I'm asking. Just curious to see if there's any.
The caldera. Oh. The active volcano near that area is called the Gunung Gede Pangrango, but it's like far away, like 50 kilometers maybe less than that, like 30 kilometers. But the Gunung Padang is on the tertiary volcanic terrain, like millions old volcanic terrain. So it's an old volcanic terrain. It's not the active one. And surrounding Gunung Padang, there are lots of intrusion, the lava intrusion. And Gunung Padang itself is the intrusion. It's a lava intrusion, but it has been covered by that man-made layers. So,
sure.
Yeah.
I had the wrong impression that the possible underground areas were caused by movements of lava underground and then amplified by man.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but I understand. But the core of Gunung Padang is the intrusion, it's a lava intrusion.
So it's okay, exactly, okay. So
Yeah, it's like 20 meters deep. Yeah, so it's not the entire hill is man-made. No. The core is still natural volcanic rocks.
So, as a geologist, Danny, is that the main distinction that you found? It being this lava core and built on top of it, or what else did you find as the first geologist looking at it?
Yeah, and so we have the core drilling, the boreholes, we have the ground penetrating radar, we have the seismic tomography. So we know that the natural rock formation is inside the mountain. It's like 20 to 30 meter deep, but on top of it is piles of that columnar rocks. And it's obvious that the columnar rock that's stacked on it is not a natural columnar rock formation. Obvious. And what people, most often misinterpret, often misunderstood, that the Gunung Padang has 3 layers, right? We call it a unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. Unit 3 becomes the oldest layer, but all of the unit is exposed in the ground. So it's not inside the ground, but they're exposed in the ground also, so we can observe in the ground surface. So
when you were starting to research this, was it because like you thought that maybe there was stuff that wasn't looked into enough, or you thought maybe there was maybe incorrect, or you just thought something like, you understand what I'm getting at? Like, was there what was it that you were like really specific on trying to get into when you started looking at this? Like, did you?
But the megalithic site on top of the hill is very interesting. It's a big, even on the one that on the surface, it's very interesting. So when you look into the mound, it's like very regular, symmetric. So of course we are curious, and it doesn't look like natural to us. So yeah, why not? We investigated what's inside it.
And do you have
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
No, you're fine.
I was going to say, if you might have, with your study of the area and maybe just the history that you might have inferred and learned, do you have a hypothesis of what you think might have taken place to inform the area, informed it?
The hypothesis of what?
Of its construction. I don't of anything related to its construction.
The hypothesis of the construction of Gunung Padang, you mean the man-made construction or the geology?
Yes. I excuse me. Yes, the man-made construction.
The man-made construction.
I was wondering if you just had a hypothesis, not that is necessarily your goal.
Yeah, on my goal is not hypothesizing things, but really to find out the physical facts of it. So it's like the layers. What is the layers? The geometry of the layers in the surface and also in the ground, and the edges, the dates of them. So that's, I think, what we have to find, the facts first. And yeah, so from that, then we know that Unit 3, the oldest one, that has been built more than 16,000 years ago, and it's very thick. It's like 10 meters thick, and it's constructed by piling the rocks, and it also has a chamber on the ground. So in short, this construction is not a primitive construction. It's an advanced construction like a pyramid, right? It's like now. So I think we knows that whoever built Gunung Padang in the first place is advanced culture to be able to do that. And the other interesting thing is the younger layer, the unit 2, is built around 8,000 years ago. So the unit 1, the youngest, is like 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. So this is what interesting in Gunung Padang, because it's first built in the Ice Age, and the second construction is after the Ice Age end on the warm period. So it's like it's witnessing the change of cultures or civilization, if we might say.
So when you're talking about the construction of this, what types of stones were used and where were they sourced from?
The stones, the mostly is like columnar rocks. The columnar rocks that it's been formed in nature when the hot magmatic cool, freeze under certain temperature and pressure. And the source of the columnar rocks we don't know yet, because we mapped the area. We couldn't find that kind of rocks in the radius of 5 kilometers. The nearest columnar rocks, natural columnar giant rocks, is about say 60 kilometers to the west in the beach, and like 100 kilometers to the east. So it's a bit far away, but we couldn't also found like the mine, the trace of the mining of that rock. So we don't know still the source of the rocks.
Hey, Danny, I got a quick question. Have you talked to Graham Hancock about this? Because I think this was actually on his show, Ancient Hypothesis, if I'm not mistaken. What was that show that he had? I can't remember exactly the name of his show that he had, but I believe he had an episode. Yeah.
The Ancient Apocalypse. Yeah.
Have they tested those rocks, for types of where they possibly came from and so on and so forth?
Yeah, we haven't really studied when the rocks came from, right? Because we have to, we can do that, but we have to look on similar rocks around that area, and then we have to study the mineralogical of the rocks and the chemistry and stuff. So yeah, we can do that, but we haven't done that yet. We haven't found a good candidate for the source rock. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ricardo.
I'm just going to ask: is it possible it come from a different island because you don't find it? I just know.
Well, yeah, but in the region in Java, we can find many in many places that kind of rock. So we know there are.
Oh, you just don't know which place it is.
We don't know which one.
Okay, now I understand it. I thought you didn't find that rock at all.
Yeah, I found the rocks, columnar rocks, a couple 100 kilometers on the mountain, but it's in the jungles, and
sure.
The outcrops is not great, so it's not easy to find the rocks, source rock.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's what's some of the average sizes of these rocks? I mean, does this construction have huge pieces where it's that's impossible for us to move today? Is it one of those?
The heavy one could be several hundred kilograms, or 400 kilograms. The big one, the small one is small, it's tens of kilograms. So the diameters, it could be this size, maybe 15 centimeters, but it could be 50 centimeters in diameter or even more. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so in nature, that columnar rock is long. It's in a giant coast in Ireland. But in Gunung Padang, it has been cut like 1 to 1.5 meter.
And it's used like Lego, right? It's even the stairs and
It's like
the way
bricks.
yeah,
Yeah, with the mortars in between.
Sure.
Yeah.
And almost all of them are all about the same, like uniform size.
No.
Okay.
In one side, they should be like different, like one small, one big,
Okay. All right.
and there are many things that small to stuck in between to strengthen the structures.
Gotcha. I did have somebody asking if you don't mind, maybe going on the. I do like to know more about the human construction age layers. You have any like information on that stuff?
You're asking me
Yeah.
the ages, the dates. You're asking the dates of the layers.
Yeah. What are the dates on that again?
Yeah, the date of the youngest layer is like 3,000 to 4,000 years old. So it's 1,000 to 2,000 BCE. That's the youngest layer, the top layer. The second layer is 7,500 to 8,000 years old. So that's from the carbon dating. So we took the soils in between the rocks. And also from on the unit 2. Unit 2 is like sitting on the gravelly soils on the base. So we also took the carbons from that base, foundation base. So that's how we did Gunung Padang layers. And the third layer, the oldest one, the unit 3, is very old. So we have several carbon dates indicating the age from 16,000 to 27,000. So we don't really know what the dates, but that is the interval of the dates.
When you notice a change in the time, does it look like the structure is even different? Like it looks like an add-on was made, or does it almost all look like it would? Like if someone told you that was all one piece made at the same time, would it look like it, or does it look like stuff was added to this?
Yeah, you're talking about the stratigraphy, like the unit 3, unit 2, and unit 1, and it's exposed until now. It's still exposed on the east slope of the Gunung Padang. So it's very clear. So unit 3 is very, very weathered. The rock has been like exfoliated because it's very old. But the unit 2, on top of it, it's like moderately weathered, fresher. The thickness of the unit 2 is like up to 2 to 5 meters thick. So the look of that unit, of that layer, is very different, and the boundary also is very sharp. What interesting is that unit 3, the oldest one on the deep, is much weathered compared to the one that on top of it, which is like very clear. It's not natural, because in the natural formation, the deeper you go will be the fresher. You are going to the basement rock, fresher, because the weathering is from the top to the deep. But this is like the deeper is much weathered. That means the unit 3, the oldest one, it has been exposed to the air, to the sun for very, very long time, like thousands of years before man constructed unit 2, covering it. Yeah. So that's the logic of it. And unit 1, the boundary between unit 2 and unit 1 is also very clear. Unit 1 is just like modification of the unit 2. So before they constructed unit 1, they buried unit 2 by soils. It's like a few tens of centimeters of soils, and then they construct that unit 1 layers, the rock terraces on top of it, on top of the soil, stuff like that. And also the unit 3 on one place, we see that unit 3, before they constructed unit 2, they buried first. In one location, the field soil is very thick, is 3 to 8 meters thick, and it's a field soil. So it's not a natural weathering soil, it's a field soil. and then on top of it, then they construct the unit 2 and unit 1, stuff like that. And the buried soil also we date. The date is like 10,000 years old. That the soils that burying the unit 3. So on that data, we know exactly that unit 3 should be older than 10,000 years old. Yeah. So.
Do you by any chance have any diagram that we can see level 1, level 2, and level 3, so we can?
Absolutely. In my paper, it's all described very clearly and very comprehensively.
Sure.
Our paper that has been retracted unfairly by the publisher.
No, I mean if you can share it here for us to see it.
Can I do that?
Yes. You just press the share, and you open the document first, and then press share it.
Okay, where is the share? Hang on, I have to open the document first, and then I.
Yeah, that'll play.
Yeah.
Well, while you're doing that, Danny, hopefully you could do 2 things at once. I just want to ask you, have you found any type of writing system around there, like a pictograph?
The carving on the rocks.
Yeah, like pictographic script on the rocks or some type of writing, sketching.
Yeah, there's lots of carving on the rock. There's lots of carving on the rocks, but nobody has studied them carefully. And also
that's what we need. We need somebody to study them. I need to know what they say about it.
Let's cut some copies, Danny. We'll take a look at it.
Yeah, take some pictures for me so I could go ahead and try to get ahead and see if I can get some people to work that, because seriously, that lets me know, writing systems and pictographic script, I always say is a language. It's no different than what we use today when we use emojis trying to communicate among people. You know what I'm saying? The hand clappings, the praying hands, the smiley face, you interpret that based on the context that somebody's giving to you. And sometimes you could look at that and be like, this person is just being an asshole to me, because, some people's always laughing at something that you type, or, doing some kind of emoji, like clapping hands, like what you clapping for? What is you, or a thumbs up. Yeah. What's that? The passive aggressive type way? Thumbs up. Yeah.
I hate thumbs up.
So do I. That's why I brought it up.
I have a question, and this Ethan may have already asked it, but when he asked earlier about what do you hypothesize the site was used for, I know I watched that ancient Apocalypse episode too, and I think one of the things they theorized on was the purpose behind the site. Was it for ceremonial purposes, or did it have some greater astrological alignment? I know some of the rooms were aligned perfectly for the solstices and things like that. Have you come across that in your studies?
Oh boy,
he's deep in the process.
Asking, I'm still working on this.
Sorry.
Screen. I don't know how to do this. Do you see my screen or not?
Yes. No. You have to press the screen on the bottom. You have microphone, camera, and then a plus within a screen. Yeah, you press that.
When I push the plus, it has an option slide PDF or share screen. Okay, so I have to push on the slide first.
Yeah, that, or even the share screen. If as long as you have it open, it will see it.
Share the entire screen.
I have to upload the file.
No upload. No. It just shows what you have on your screen. So if you share the whole screen, we will see what you are seeing.
Okay.
Make sure there's no secrets on screen.
I'm not really sure.
Maybe I can look it up. Can I look it up, Danny? A couple keywords.
Yeah. Allow.
All right, I got something popping up now.
Yeah.
It looks like the YouTube screen, unfortunately. There we go.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yep,
Very
I can
good.
see it. Yep.
Yeah,
Very good.
but I couldn't see you. I see the screen. Okay, here's the Gunung Padang. You see, right? That's on the top of the hill over there.
This is great.
It has terrace 1, terrace 2, terrace 3, terrace 4, terrace 5. So when you see in above, it's like the key, like a key shape over here, yeah? Like a key. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. So this is a general layout of the Gunung Padang. So if you come to Gunung Padang, you park below it and walk up like 100 meter up. And this is we call the terrace 1 over here. And you will see this wall, the first wall, rock wall. And this is unit 1. The green one is a unit 1. That is the youngest unit. And this yellow one, another wall, that's a different construction. If you come to Gunung Padang, it's very obvious. It looks older, and the construction is different. It's more advanced than the unit 1 and the younger one. And basically, this yellow one is not stopped here, but it goes underneath the soils, the brown one. So if you dig like 10 centimeters, you will see this green one. Right, okay. So here is how it looks if we come to terrace 1. So the standing rocks and these rock walls is unit 1. That's the youngest unit, 3,000 to 4,000 years old. But this wall is the older one. That's the 8,000 years ago. So the construction looks very different from, as you see, from the unit 1. Yeah, and there's an altar over there. And if we dig that, you will see also that's unit 2 beneath it. Yeah. So here we come to terrace 2 in Gunung Padang, and you will see this. The floor of unit of this terrace 2 is unit 2 also. It's the older rock, 8,000 years old. So yeah. So it's exposed. It's not all underneath the ground. Yes, if you look from above in terrace 2, you see this arrangement of these columnar rocks. It's part of unit 2, the 8,000 years old unit. And it seems to be truncated over here, but we haven't really excavated it. It will be interesting to dig this edge, because it seems to be the wall of it. Yeah. So this is just to illustrate our surface. It's very comprehensive. We use many methods. Yeah. And also we have this borehole data. We have like 7 boreholes. So this show very clearly the stratigraphy, the layers. So from the top to the deeper. And this red line here, that is the boundary between the man-made construction and the natural formation beneath it, unit 4. So unit 4 is a geological rock formation. The massive andesite stone is a lava, actually, lava andesite. So the depth to this top is like 20 meters here, and it's like 30 meters over here. Yeah.
30 meters that they fill in?
Construction. So on top of this unit 4 is unit 3, unit 2, unit 1.
So they fill in with earth all those 30 meters, or
they cover it. So
that's a huge undertaking. That's a huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's thick. Yeah. The mount itself from the base is like 200 meter, and from the parking lot is like 100 meters.
Okay.
So it's a big mount.
So 30 meters for those that want in feet is 100 feet. Okay, so the highest part.
That's right. Yeah. You'll see the numbers. It's 30 meters per year. Yeah. So this is one of the scan. Is this the resistivity tomography from east to west? cross section of that hill. So you'll see these layers. So this is the inner core, and this is the unit 2, unit 3, and that's unit 2 and unit 1 over there. Yeah. There's another scan. This is also a resistivity scan. It's also very interesting. So to make it simple, so this red is represent that lava andesite, but it's not all actually. The lava andesite goes like that. So part of this red is the man-made structures, okay? And the geometry of these rocks is very interesting. It's very interesting. It's very regular. It's like a blade. I interpret it that way. It's like a blade. In the West Java, there's the ancient blade is called the kujang, a Sudanese dagger. So I think it looks like that. What's interesting in Gunung Padang, beneath it is a blue one. This is a water aquifer. It's a water reservoir. It's a big one. And we interpret that there's some, this is a natural aquifer, I think, but I think it has been modified. Like the form of this, I think it could be engineered. And if you come to Gunung Padang, there's a water spring over here. It's never empty. It's always water on it, and people use it a lot. It's a sacred water spring. They consider it. So I think this water spring is come from inside Gunung Padang over here, yeah, through this some kind of.
So there is water beneath it.
Oh yeah. When from here to here is like 30 meters. When we drill this, when we drill like 18 meters, so 18 meters is still over here. The water come from below to our drilling. So that means this water has a pressure, so it's pressurized aquifer. Yeah.
And you determined that the water aquifer was constructed in part?
This one that I suspected is constructed. This one, I think it's still natural, but this one could be constructed. Yeah.
And that might have to do with the spring? And this theoretical constructed area might have to do with the spring water, might connect to the spring water?
I think so. So, yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and the discharge of the water is also interesting. Well, it could come from the surface. There's a stream over here, but we have many scans. There's also indication a possible deep water source that come from beneath this water aquifer. So I think the water aquifer played the significant part, a very important part of the sites, I think.
Sure. Where is water, there's development.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny, let me ask you something. Have you checked the pH level of the water that's there? Because I know a lot of sacred water has a certain level of pH, and I just want to know if you ever.
Yeah. My friend who's a hydrology has checked it. I think it's 7.
Yeah, that's what they say is the natural happy medium for pH for humans is 7. It's a happy medium, I guess.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. And this one is also resistivity. On this survey, we are targeting the chamber with that 3D resistivity tomography. So you can see here, the red one is a chamber beneath that high wall between terrace 1 and terrace 2 over here. Very clear.
But you see any connection between the surface and the chamber or not?
The surface to the chamber, we see like a passage from like the west side, but it's not really like come out to the ground. We like a few meters beneath the ground, so we have to dig if we'd like to find that.
But it could have been exposed. That's what I'm asking. When it was functional, it could have been a connection.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Are there any other sites, Danny, that have this 3-phase over such a long period of time building? in the area, or any phase that corresponds with these time periods at all, that just has one similar construction anywhere else, or is it total anomaly?
Yeah, the archaeological sites in Indonesia, it's like haven't been explored yet. So the archaeology people just work on the surface, but they never really scan the ground and study the stratigraphy like we do here in Gunung Padang. But one site in East Java, I studied them a couple of years ago, is the site of the brick structures, and people like believe that the construction is like 14th century, from 12th to like 15th century AD. It's related to the ancient kingdom like called Majapahit, but we don't really believe it. So we studied them, and we found that beneath that the bricks that dated to 12th to 15th century, there's another brick, that's other bricks, and we date that brick, and the date is about at least 500 BC. So on that date, that means it could relate to the youngest layer of Gunung Padang, which is like 1,000 years BC, right? So that's the case. That's one site that we have explored and date. There are many archaeological sites in Indonesia that has to be explored, investigated.
So they are known of the sites, but they just haven't been investigated. Very interesting.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Just because the jungle is so intense.
Well, not all. There are a lot exposed because there's nobody doing the investigation. Yeah, the archaeologists didn't do that.
Sure, and these places are easy to mistake as natural features, right? So for
That
the
also.
uneducated eye, yeah.
Yeah, like right now we have a bigger project. So in Gunung Padang itself, the new research, it will be started next month. It will be a pre-reconstruction of the site. It's a big project of the Ministry of Culture, which is we are glad they will do that. But also we have a bigger project to explore other sites in Indonesia. There are 2 other sites we will be exploring this year and in the coming years. And also we have an incredible sites below water in the shallow seas. We see also structures there. So we have a big expedition now.
Underwater?
Underwater, yeah.
At what depth, if I may ask?
60 to 90 meters lower than the sea level.
60
I can show you
meters.
the pictures. Yeah. You'd like to see the pictures?
That's a big difference of
yeah,
sea
that
level.
means that
It's
the
very old.
structures is
It means it's very old, right?
very old. It means at least 12,000 years old. Because we know the sea level history.
Sure.
Yeah, what we found is the harbor, a big harbor, like 6-kilometer wide harbor, ancient harbor, 60 meters below the sea level.
So basically, what we can translate from that is that 10,000 years ago there is a 6-mile harbor, and they were sailing the seas.
And also the bridge, the dam. We have 2 locations of the underwater structures.
So you're ready for that one to be retracted too, right?
This one it will be hardly to reject, I would say. We'll see.
Because a harbor 6 miles 10,000 years ago, they won't get.
I think I should show you the harbor.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
Okay, let's see. I can show you.
That's incredible. That's probably the most incredible thing I've heard the whole year.
Yeah. You know, Gunung Padang is just the beginning. Okay, here we go. This is a Sunda Strait. This is a detailed bathymetry that my friend conducted in this area, because this is not new. It's like 12 years ago. The government has a plan to make a bridge from Java to Sumatra This is Sumatra. This is Java. So the bridge will be going like from here to that.
Enormous.
Okay, this is a Sangyang Island, it's called. So because it's a planning to for bridge construction, so this area has to be surveyed. This is a detailed bathymetry multi-beam. It's a sonar multi-beam data. So it's very detailed. So what we see here, the green one is 60 meters below the sea level, but the blue one is up to 150 meters. So this site is a wall. It's a high wall, like 40 to 90 meter high. And this one, you see here?
Yes.
There's the ancient river on the ice age. This is the ancient river, okay? So it's going like this. The flow is going like that. So this is the sea, the Indian Ocean. So in the natural geological landscape, this should be a delta, a manner. But instead of the delta, there's a rectangular form, and there's a small entrance over there, a small entrance. So this is a harbor. We'll see. So there's a 3D of that bathymetry. So there's a harbor, 6 kilometers wide, 6.5 kilometers wide, and that is a small entrance to it. That's a river, okay. And I think this is the exit. Inside, exit. See that?
Yes.
There's a main anchorage over there. There's a small entrance over there. There's another smaller size anchorage. I think it's like a VIP. Maybe this is an army over here. This is about general people. And
all of this 12,000 years ago.
Yeah, because it is 60 meters. So
sure.
So when it's dry land, it has to be more than 12,000 years ago. Yeah.
The significance of this is completely history rewriting. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People will can't say anything anymore. Anyway, so.
And you think this is all related to Gunung Padang in terms of civilization or heritage or continuation of a culture?
I think so. It's the same region, and the age is about the same period.
So Ricardo brought up a word that I love: civilization. What is your criteria that is needed to be understood as a civilization?
My criteria of the civilizations?
Yeah, like what would you expect to have to be considered a civilization? Some people use writing systems, some people use metallurgy, some people use agricultural needs. Like what is from your stance and your understanding and your studies of this certain location, what is the criteria that you would consider that would be needed for a civilization?
Maybe the definition of civilization could be anything. The archaeology will say, well, if you say civilization, you have to find the houses, the people, how they live, what is the food and stuff, something like that. Education, laws, languages, anything. But how about if I ask people, if we found a harbor, and the harbor looks advanced, rectangular with a wall, and it's like 6.5 kilometers. Do you think the primitive people can build it, or it has to be civilized people that can build the harbor and need the harbor?
That's the question.
I would say, that's a good question because of the simple fact that, a lot of people talk about seafaring people, right? The civilization goes back much further because of seafaring people. And you actually have a harbor that goes back far enough for individuals to understand that seafaring type of individuals. So it's just interesting to me because, like you said, there's different definitions, ideas, and theories of what a civilization is. But basically, it all goes back to the foundational root of people working together, no matter how that is applied in the idea of what we consider a civilization, whether it's a group of people coming together to create a writing system, a group of people that's coming together to create a special type of pottery, trade and some sort. And we know that most civilizations, or I should say I know, because this is just from what I study. I don't know what you guys know, of course. But the idea that, trading was the beginning of civilizations, people talking and working with others to, barter and so on and so forth, trading with other individuals. And that's a group of people that's working together. And that can go back before even the time of anything that we understand, what we understand as a writing system. You don't need necessarily a writing system to trade. You can use your fingers, one thing for that one thing, and you give me that for that, and we could trade, or I give you two things for that one thing, or something like that, using your fingers of some sort. And then it becomes a point where now we need to start tracking what we're trading. And a harbor would be a perfect place for that, because people would travel by water to get certain things. So I just wanted to understand your basic understanding of what you consider civilization.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Tyrone, I would say here we're not talking about a simple culture, because if you have a harbor with 4.5 miles, right, and 12,000 years ago, you have to rethink everything in terms of mainstream concept of when this was developed, right? Because it isn't accounted for. It changes absolutely. That's why I'm so crazy about this, because if this is confirmed, it changes completely the perspective of what were the civilizations 12,000 years ago. So
let me introduce other location. This is between Java and Bali. Do you know Bali, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is East Java and this is Bali. So it's about 1,000 kilometers to the east from that ancient harbor suspected. Yes. And this location, my friend, is the same guy, Gagar Pasetia. He has a project to develop the energy based on wave tides energy. So he conducted this detailed bathymetry survey using a sonar multi-beam. And what he found this channel. This is this yellow one is a deeper. It's 90 meters below the sea level, and the green one is up to 200 meters below the sea level. So what we see here, a natural shape. This is a natural channel that goes from the ocean over here to that. But this natural channel has been blocked by this field and that one. So the interpretation goes like that. That is a natural channel, deep. At that time, this still ground, dry. And then people built this construction over there.
Sure.
Okay. See that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this is connected to the harbor, the same period. Yeah. If you know the history from Veda, Hinduism, about the Rama Bridge, Rahwana. So we could propose that it could be a Rama Bridge over here. And that's a 3D of that. It's very clear, no doubt, that is a bridge.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so.
I wonder if, forgive my ignorance, Danny, I wonder if anyone has explored any of these areas underwater, archaeological or diving, checking them out.
No,
not even.
Not at all. No.
It's possible that there are other indicators of what?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's a big area. So let me pull out the figure of the Sundaland and see. Okay, here we go. I think I have a better picture, but let's see. This one is good. So, see that. This is now. That's the Java, Sumatra, Kalimantan. That's Malaysia, connected to Thailand, Bangkok. So if we go back in time to 7,000 years ago, the Malaysia still connected to Sumatra, and Sumatra still connected to Java over here. Kalimantan has been separated. 9,000 years old, so it's been connected, and that's 11,000 years ago. So it's all connected, and that is in the Ice Age. So the sea level is still 150 30 meters below the current sea level.
Sure.
There's another big land also over here. It's called Sahu Land. So it's a big land. So the harbor is located over here, and the bridge is over here. Yeah.
So this is what some people would consider Mu or Lemuria, you think?
Well, yeah, the Mu description is I'm not really.
Sure, I'm not trying to attest it. I'm just trying to relate.
But to me, the description of Mu is similar to description of Atlantis. I don't know whether it's the same period or not. But
well, Mu and Lemuria to me was always on the Indic. So
yeah, sure.
Well, I was not expecting this. This is astonishing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
when I watched that episode with Graham Hancock, I was like, man, this is an interesting place. And that's when I started learning more and digging deep into it, because it's always been out there, but nobody really actually, did anything, constructive on it, like doing a documentary or going hardcore on it and stuff like that. So there's definitely a lot of questions that need to be answered about that location.
The Caldera of Toba.
Yeah, this is our target beside Gunung Padang. So this is also to give you an idea. There are lots of megalithic structures in Indonesia that has not been explored, and this one also one of them. So here we also discovered the pyramid structures like Gunung Padang. So it's like it's like hidden because it's camouflage because the vegetation.
Sure, and same trapezoidal. I don't know how to say it, and like a keyhole shape.
It's 100. Yeah, see, this one is even like larger than Gunung Padang because the rock terraces is still preserved over there, and the stone
much bigger rock, right? Much bigger rock here.
It's a much bigger rock also, and there are lots of artifacts on it, including that one. It's very interesting, triangular shape over there. And it's not just one; it's three pyramids on the same valley. It's called the Bakar Valley. So
when you start looking, they are everywhere. All this,
yeah. So it's another interesting site also in Sulawesi. You know this one?
No, it's the first time I see it. The other two I've seen it, but the left one, no.
Yeah, in central Sulawesi, there are a vast megalithic site. It's like an Easter Island, is it? But it's from granites.
Yes.
Over here, it's like hundreds of them. I think it could be thousands of them. And this is also granite, and it has been shaped like this. Granite is very hard rock, right?
Exactly.
So,
no, there.
Let's see. There's a similarity between the hands between the central Sulawesi, Gobekli Tepe, and also the Easter Island. And this is a pyramid also. This is new. Nobody knows it, but we will also explore this. This one is a wall. It's a granite wall that has been carved also.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and this one, I think you know it, right? It's very interesting figure of this. Yeah. Anyway. And this one that I said to you that even the site that has been known to people, like this one in East Java, is a brick structures, and people just know these young bricks is dated like 13th to 15th century, but when we study it, there is an old bricks that dated before this 500 BCE. So it's a very clear stratigraphy.
I apologize, Danny. Could you go back to the? Is that an image that's similar to a gray alien on the rock that you pointed out?
Okay. This one.
Oh,
That piqued my interest too.
Yeah, you'll find rock art with very similar design.
Because I've never seen. I've seen like some what looks like to be fakery actually, but this is
no, it's real. And two sides. There's another, the shape like this on the other side, but it has been broken.
The eyes are very definitive. and probably more so in person.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
There's another carving of the same person.
On the same rock. Yeah, on the same this calamba, a cylinder.
And I wonder,
so other figures. Yeah.
Is this an image that is elsewhere around in the area or anywhere else that you've seen? Because I mean, obviously we are familiar with the image, but to be on a monolith is interesting.
Yeah, this area is also hasn't really explored. Yeah, so we will explore that. So I think it could be more, but most of the other artifacts, stone artifact, is like this. Jars and the statues, they're everywhere, and there are also a statues like this one. It looks like the alien, also one of the statue, but not the carving. Yeah, so.
Wow.
And these stones are native to this area, or they're brought into here?
It's native. So this is there are 3 big valleys on the area, very beautiful one, and it's surrounded by mountains. On that mountain range, we could found lots of granites.
Sure, but they had to bring it to the plains.
Yeah, you have to brought that from the mountain, like tens of kilometers. Yeah, sure.
That's huge.
Not on not underground. Yeah.
And can you determine the date that carving was made?
Oh, the dates?
Yes.
No, we don't know yet. This year, I have a collaboration with my colleagues from France. We will do the dating of this stone using we call it the cosmogenic dating. So with the cosmogenic dating, we can know when the rock had been exposed to the sun after they cut the rocks from the source rock and then exposed to the sun. So that's how the cosmogenic dating works. So I hope it will be conducted this year. So then we'll know how old it's this rock. I think it could be as old as Göbekli Tepe, I would say.
Oh wow! I was going to say as young as 2,000 years, but as old as 12. Much older. Wow, yeah. Fascinating.
Even the mainstream belief is 5,000 years old. The archaeologists, because it's connected to. They said it's connected to the migration, people migration from Asia to Indonesia, through Taiwan, and then to Sulawesi, and then to Pacific, and that occurred like 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, 2,000 to 3,000 BCE. That is a conventional date, but I think it's much older than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, it's interesting to see that surrounding this pyramid, there are lots of also artifacts like this man here and these jars, but they are all unfinished. They cut, but they are all still unfinished, still rows. So I think it hasn't finished because something happened, some catastrophe, I think, killed them all.
The problem is when that happened was 73,000 years ago.
I don't know when, but I think it's.
I mean, Toba eruption. I'm talking about the Toba eruption.
Oh no! Toba eruption is a long time ago.
Long time ago.
74,000 years ago.
So I think the Toba eruption.
Yeah. 74,000. That's the latest dates. I think the Toba eruption is not. It's related to the. Well, people call it the first migration of human worldwide migration from Africa, out of Africa theory.
Mm-hmm.
That happened from 70,000 to like 65,000. Yes, and people hasn't really connected it to the Toba eruption, but I think it's very connected. So after the Toba eruption, there are some people that has been survived, maybe mostly in Africa on the caves. And then after that catastrophe, they, decided to repopularize the wood.
Sure, so Toba eruption is it's a major bottleneck in humanity.
Yeah, there's also a paper on that. Yeah,
yeah,
a study.
So Do you have any slides on perhaps the purpose of the Gunung Padang? I know that in some documentaries like Ancient Aliens and some other works, it shows that these builders may have had some sort of astrological knowledge when building these things. I know some of the rooms do align with the solstice and other things. Do you have anything on that?
Oh, no, I don't have that. I don't really study that. It's not my expertise. But
I think,
a couple
Danny,
of my friends.
do you know if it is aligned north, south, east, west? Do you know that?
The alignment of Gunung Padang is about 16 degree to the west from the north. So it's not really to the north of our north, but it's about 16 degree deviate to the west.
But the true north or the polar star?
The compass north?
Yes.
Yeah, that's deviate from that. The compass not like that. Gunung Padang orientation is like that, 16 degree to west.
Nice. 16 degrees, too much.
16, yeah.
So it cannot be related to Vega. So you cannot recede enough to Vega because it's too much. 16 degrees too much. 22.
I don't know if you mentioned it already, but this does fall on a ley line, correct? I don't know if it was mentioned, but I think it does. Or I could be wrong.
No, we talk about fault lines, but it's deviated. Dennis said it is kilometers away, right? The fault line.
Fault line, yeah. Why is that? The fault line is the fault line that we know is like a couple of kilometers in the north side of Gunung Padang. But we don't know whether it's a secondary structures. I don't know. We haven't really studied them.
Can you explain what is the meaning of the resistivity of point N? What does it mean?
This one?
No, this one. What it means, the colors in terms of.
Yeah, this is very interesting. I show you because it's very interesting. So this is a high resistivity layers. It's related to that unit 2, right? And this yellow one is unit 3, the oldest one. The chamber that we're talking about, this chamber, it's like here, over there. I don't know whether you can see that, but there's another chamber, a deeper chamber. Okay, that's the annotation over there. There's a deeper chamber over there. See, over there.
Yes.
So there's 2 layers of chamber. One is over there. The dimension is like 5 to 10 meters, but the deeper one is larger, like 40 to 1 meter, 10 meter, 10 meter high and 40 meter wide over there.
And the resolution allows you to understand if it is any possibility of then being man-made or reused natural cavities that were enhanced, or is there any possibility from the resolution you get from this?
Yeah, the lava is over here. Okay. So the deeper the shallow chamber, we have lots of images to be sure that it's a man-made. It's not looks like the lava tube or whatever. But the deeper chamber, we only have like 2 or 3 sections showing this. When we show that, it's also it's unlikely to be natural. I don't know. But
because it's so centered. Right, it's so in the middle of the mountain.
Yeah, it's a bit rectangular over there. But yeah, I agree that we need to explore it more. But just look into the geometry. It's really like in the center of the mound. It's very interesting. I think it's
sure.
I have a feeling that this is the one that people consider in the ancient time is like the most important part of this construction. Sure. I think this is why they protected the site. I mean, built it over the time more than like 3 times.
That was amazing.
Okay, I think I will stop sharing this. Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Something I wanted to ask was something like when you were showing the levels, and I think you were to me, it looked like you were saying something newer was built inside of it. Now, you were showing like the yellow was like inside of the mountain, and you said, I think that was younger. Do you think it's possible, like, they might have actually, when we built that, they might have broke down other stuff? Like, was there something pre-existing in there and they had to demolish that to add that on? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sometimes not really.
That's right.
The construction is broken from other stuff. I'm not really sure what to.
I can't explain what I'm trying to get at. Sorry.
Like it was like, you know how most religious sites are destroyed and then rebuilt upon by other groups of religious sites, something like that. Is that what you're trying to say,
I
Nick?
see.
That could be, yeah. That would be a reason for that. What I'm getting at.
Yeah, did they destroy things trying to rebuild something on top of it?
What I see the structures when the group of people after the Unit 3, the oldest one is abandoned for thousands of years because the Unit 3 is constructed 16,000 years ago or even older, and the Unit 2 it's been built like 8,000, so it's been several thousand of years. So when the second group of people come to Gunung Padang, the Unit 3 that has been very, very weathered, weathered away, you know. So at that time, I think the people will think to rebuild the layers because the older one has been ruined, has been weathered. So that's, I think, the reason why the Unit 2 is constructed. They think it's very important site, and we have to rebuild the place. But the Unit 1 that built by the third group of people, when they come to Gunung Padang, I would say that Unit 2 is still not bad. It's still good. The weathering is still not bad. But that's what I don't really understand, why they decided to bury the Unit 2 and then build the Unit 1, which is less advanced. This is very much more simple than the Unit 2.
Sure.
And I'm guessing that they do that because they don't really have a capability to construct the same advance as the Unit 2. And maybe they also want to preserve it. They just want to make a camouflage, you know, just bury it to preserve for future generation.
And if you know, you told me you were interested in tsunamis. So the Burckle crater around from 3.6 to 4,000 BC created chevrons in Australia that go 300 meters into land. So these huge chevrons caused by a huge tsunami that they applied to the Burckle crater. What impact would this have in these islands? You think you can be connected to a stop in the culture and then a restart again from your dates?
When is that? When?
It's about 4,000 BC, but some people say 3,200, others say 3,600. I say 4,000 BC, more or less, because it correlates with more sites.
4,000 BC, that's 6,000 is in Australia that can reach 300 meter. Wow.
Yeah. And India, it reached 100 meters inland into a temple that was 130 meters high. So it's funneled through a valley from the sea, and that's why it reached further. But it reached 100 meters high through that.
And what is the cost of it? What is the cost of it? I mean, there's no earthquake, there's no megatrust that can cost.
Impact.
Impact.
It's a Burckle crater. Yeah, at the coast of Madagascar, about 700 kilometers of Madagascar to the west. It's called the Burckle crater.
Okay, that's very interesting. I haven't heard about that.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No, I haven't. But 300 meter in the Madagascar, the impact tsunami that will have this a bigger tsunami also in Indonesia, I would say. So it could be like I don't know, up to 100 meters. I don't know, but yeah. It's very interesting, but I have to look into the data first.
Sure. The chevrons in Australia show us a direction, so the tsunami make a vast circle.
Sure.
That from about 500 to 700 kilometers west of Madagascar, that's where the impact is.
Yeah.
it reached the whole areas from India to the Middle East to it crossed the channel into the Mediterranean. So it had a huge impact in the area. So I'm just trying to connect the areas of stopping of development and rebuild of those types of constructions in Java.
Yeah, because if the date is right, about 6,000, that means it's period between Unit 2 and Unit 1.
Exactly.
Unit
That's
2
what I
is
was thinking.
8,000 and Unit 1 is 4,000. So in between.
I have a modest paper that I can send you that
Yeah.
shows
Please.
all the data about
Okay.
this.
Yeah. It is interesting that I suspect also the same thing at the end of the Younger Dryas. If the cosmic impact, the meteor impact that went into like Indian Ocean,
Sure.
and the diameter of the impact like 15 kilometers, like the one that caused the dinosaurs into extinction.
Sure.
The tsunami could be a few hundred meters tsunami high,
Sure.
and the inundation could reach like 1,000 meters up.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. But anyway,
how high is Gunung Padang?
Gunung Padang from the sea is, let me see, 900 meter.
Oh, so
900.
it's high enough to be more or less safe.
Yeah. It's in the mountain area. Yeah.
Sure. No, that's interesting. You get the same dates. Yeah. In fact, I think that the one that caused the Burckle crater is one of the fragments of the comet that caused the Younger Dryas. So it circled again, and it impacted.
Okay.
So the parts that didn't crash into the Earth, because there are two events following. So when the Burckle crater impact, they now found there is another impact. There is two impacts in the Pacific, and one in the Atlantic. So at the same time, so 3 or 4 pieces fell around 6,000 BC, and I relate them to the comet that exploded for whatever reason and then impacted the Earth in the Younger Dryas. So I think it's from the same comet. So, and it then impacted again at around 1600 BC. That was the last 1600 BC. Yeah, it's the last piece that can be related to that.
Wow.
So, Danny, do you have any more like future stuff that you have plans for that place?
The future plan. Yeah. So in the next several months ahead of me, that I will be very busy, because the next month the investigation in Gunung Padang will be started. We plan to conduct drilling, which will be very exciting, because this time we'd like to drill like directly through the chambers. And
the deeper one, right?
The deeper one, and the shallow and the deeper one, because it's the same place. So we could drill the shallow and the deeper one, and also even deeper. So we'd want to know the entire stratigraphy, entire structures of the Gunung Padang. And we will also conduct more scanning using the seismic tomography, but I think this time it will be 3D seismic tomography. And I hope we can conduct like a much more comprehensive digging excavations, because now we are not like conducting research for science, but also it's for reconstruction, for the site reconstruction. So we have to like exactly know the inside structures of the site to be able to what things that need to be reconstructed, right, to rebuild. So yeah, so I will be very busy with that, and also with this a bigger project to explore other sites, that the pyramid in Toba and the pyramid and megalithic structures in Central Sulawesi. There's also another pyramid candidates in Flores, east of Bali also, that we'll visit. and this ocean as the ocean exploration, which
That
is
one I'm
new.
very eager to see it.
Yeah, it's very challenging. We will have also a team from Canada, our friend that has a LiDAR and the sonar multi-beam survey company that will help us. So they will come to Indonesia for like a month doing a marine survey with us, and we also got help from the Marine Corps of Indonesia. Also, they will help us also to do that ocean exploration.
Any submarine? Any submarine? Remote?
Oh, the ROV,
Yeah,
with the
yes,
camera.
yes.
Yeah. The unmanned, yeah, first.
Because at 60 meters, it's hard for divers.
Yeah,
to
60
go.
meters. Yeah, no, for the divers,
It's too much.
we could, but only like 5 minutes.
Yes,
it's
true.
very hard. 60 meters.
But in terms of the digging that you're planning to do, you told before that the water can be pressurized. Not sure, but it might be pressurized on that big reservoir, right?
Oh, Gunung Padang.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So isn't it the risk that if you hit it, you can cause the cavitation of the structure by the water coming upper?
I hope not, but we will have to be careful about that.
Okay.
I hope not. I think it's gross, though.
Yes. Well,
I love it, Danny.
it was amazing.
Did anybody have any other questions for the man? All right.
I probably will after this, because I'm going to go back and watch that Graham Hancock episode just to see, and I'm definitely going to shoot you some messages about it, because I always wanted to know what is the oldest civilization, and that's why one of the questions I asked you, what do you consider a civilization? And I know from my studies, all the gods, or the people who were elite individuals, or people who were looked at as gods or kings or whatever the case may be, they were on top of a hill, and they would send their messengers from the top of the hill to the people below. So where that location is at, down below, is there like some kind of settlement, like a little civilization, or group of individuals that set up like, some housing or something around there to show that they live there or something, or is it just on the top? Oh, did he hear me?
Maybe,
Did you hear me, Danny?
Maybe he didn't get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was asking because from my studies, most of all the gods or the elites or the individuals who are over the people, they sat on top of the hills, and then later on they would send individuals down below. Some of them would call them messengers, basically, to the people below. Is there any settlements on down below that area that shows that there was a small civilization, a group of people that lived there, or was it all just on top?
Oh, you're talking about Gunung Padang, right? Yeah. The settlement is a very interesting question. So we don't know yet, but we're gonna conduct the LiDAR maps around that area. We hope we could find the settlement and other stuff, because I suspected that it's not just Gunung Padang, but should be like the surrounding area should be like settlement and other things. Yeah.
Someone built it, so they shouldn't be far.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
That's actually really good. It's interesting.
Yeah, like like in the pyramids of Giza, they have all those areas around it. They have cemeteries, they have buildings, they have different things. So I'm wondering, because of a civilization, was there a settlement down there? And that's interesting. Y'all going to do a LiDAR test on that, because that would definitely bring out that information, even things below it, actually.
Yes. Yeah, I suspected a few sites around Gunung Padang, but we'll see.
Nice. Right.
We also haven't really explored the mound. Like I said, the mound is like 200 meters high from the river, the base of the river. The one that we have explored is like a half of it, the upper half of the mountain. We haven't explored the beneath it. So
200 meters is 666 feet for those that don't know. So it's in it's enormous.
So that's the entire mound. So we haven't really explored the lower parts of the mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
Interesting.
So, Danny, one question: will you allow Nick to share your email so I can send you the paper?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's interesting. I will dig into that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you. Oh, Danny, thank you so much for coming on. I know it's like this was 8 o'clock in the morning for you, so I really appreciate that. Do you want to let everybody know where they can maybe find any of your work, or you want to advertise anything, promote anything?
I'm not really frequently, post in the internet, but I have Facebook that I usually show it in my Facebook. If there's some important things that I found.
Sure. And
My Facebook. Yeah.
it's in your name.
Yeah, in my name.
Okay.
Yeah, after the show, if you want, you can send me the link in WhatsApp, and I'll post it up in here with the show notes.
Okay.
For people.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you again very much. Even the slideshow was really, really impressive. I really appreciated that. I'm glad. I'm glad Ricardo asked you to pull it up because that was.
It makes a difference. Yeah.
Oh, it was a huge difference. Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you.
Because level 1, level 2 people were.
Yeah. Once he pulled it up, it was honestly a completely different picture of what I even thought I was looking at online. So I was just like, oh wow, this is huge. So yeah. All right. Real quick before we wrap this up, I'll let everybody just plug this stuff real quick. Brooke, let everybody know where they can find your amazing podcast, please.
Sure thing. Thank you for having me tonight. I always love learning more about these megalithic structures. So thank you for your presentation. You can find me on Instagram at Dark Florida Podcast and wherever you get your podcasts.
Thank you very much for joining us. And Ricardo, sir.
Thank you. So I just want to plug in the Universe Unveiled podcast. It's the only thing I didn't plug into the beginning. So check it out on X and on YouTube. It's Universe Unveiled. It's easy to find. And I'm sure you'll enjoy the shows.
Definitely check that show out. Thank you, Ricardo. I appreciate you joining us. You asked amazing questions. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And we got Tyrone. What is going on?
All right. Hey, Danny, that was a good presentation. I really appreciate that. I'm definitely going to do some more due diligence and do some more research on it because I definitely love the idea of new civilizations and new information being found around here. Everything you can find about me is on my website, rebirthoftheword.com. If you just want to go there, check it out. I do articles and all kinds of stuff on there. I just started my documentary, so I'm going to start putting that on my Rumble. I appreciate it. Shout out to Ricardo and Ethan. They both have books that I've both read. Very good books. I highly recommend reading their books.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much there, I appreciate it. And last but not least, Ethan, what is going on, sir?
Thanks, everybody, for the involvement. Danny, that was excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Findings.
Good. Nice to talk.
Ethan Indigo on all the social media and easy to find. And new articles coming up on Occult Research Institute, of course. And appreciate everybody. Again, thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Ethan.
It was a pleasure, Danny. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, mate. Bye-bye.
All right. And that is the end of another Occult Rejects. And until the next one, everybody be well. And and everybody in the chat, I appreciate everybody jumping in and saying something. That's what's up. And that's the end of the show, I guess. So until the next one, everybody be well. Oh, later.
Bye.